tree lilies. These are a cross between Asiatic and Oriental lilies, and they share the best characteristics of both species. And there's lots of different. These are Regale lilies here, and they are very fragrant too, along with the tree lilies. They're very fragrant also. This is a mixture of daylilies and hardy lilies. And they bloom, hardy lilies bloom in early summer to fall, and they're hardy perennials in zones 3 through 9. And here's some really small carpet border lilies, I guess they're called. There's lots of different species of many different varieties. Different varieties there's Asiatic lilies. The carpet border lilies are in the Asiatic lilies group. There's Oriental lilies, and Stargazers are in this group, and Aurelian hybrids. And this is the Regale lilies that have the big trumpets. And yeah, they get so heavy that you need to stake them up, actually. It's Turk's cap lilies or Martgon lilies, and tiger lilies are a lot like Turk's cap lilies, and they have the sharply recurved petals on the flowers. Tiger lilies have little bulbils instead of seeds. And if you want to plant lily bulbs, place the roots down and make them 3 to 4 inches or 5 inches below the soil level, and then mulch them over with some good organic matter like leaves or compost. And they should go in well-drained, rich soil. They need at least 6 to 8 hours of sun every day. Some might do fairly well in dappled shade. And when they are done blooming, you need to deadhead them, or that is, cut the flowers off. Here's one of the flowers that's developing seeds, and you can see where the flower was is swelling up. And you need to cut that off, because otherwise the plant won't produce any more bulbs, and the seeds will not germinate anyway. Here's one that's very well developed. And so it's best to cut off the spent flowers so it can make more bulbs, which is what I've done here, because you can see there's several. Everywhere you see like a little group of all of these flowers, I only planted one, and it's multiplied like that into several. Those apricot colored ones are pretty, and these red ones, and there's some pink ones. And so if you cut off the flowers when they're done blooming, that's how you get them to multiply like this. And then early in the spring, you can even dig up some of this clump and move them around. There's a red one. And the orange one is a daylily. Those are tree lilies there. A lot of these tree lilies are bigger than your hand. And here's some seed heads I'm cutting off before they develop. And I'm just cutting them off one at a time there, because there's still a flower up there. If there's no more flowers, you can just cut off the whole thing, like right here. You can see how when they're starting to swell, means the seeds are actually growing in there. Those orange. The difference between daylilies and hardy lilies is daylilies have multiple grass-like leaves, whereas the daylilies have one stalk with leaves coming off at the side all the way up. And daylilies, the flower only blooms for one day, and then a new bud will open, and then it will bloom for one day. Whereas daylilies are open, hardy lilies are open for several days. Here's this Regale lily that needs to be staked up. I did after I made this video. And I've got some more tree lilies out back that blew over, and I staked those up too. I don't really tie them up. I just put a stake next to them and let it lean on the stake. I got some red posts that I just reuse that you can just poke in the ground. And that's it right there. I've got like 5 of those I used to put next to things if they need propping up. Here's another tree lily, and that bloom is bigger than your hand, as you can see, and they're very fragrant. A lot of the hardy lilies are very fragrant. This shorter one is a tiger lily. Here's more tree lilies. And the tiger lily, you can see the little black bulbils at the center of the end of the leaves. And this is a Stargazer lily right there. And that's a daylily right there. And here's some tiger lilies. And look right in there at the little black ball at the base of the leaves. That's the bulbule, and those will actually grow into a new plant. I've never tried that. It's a lot easier just to dig them up and replant some of them in the spring if you want to spread them around. Otherwise, they'll just multiply where they're at. This is a mixture of tiger lilies and daylilies. Those red ones down there are daylilies also. They don't have any smell at all. The shorter daylilies are Stella d'Oro, which is a special hybrid of the daylilies. They all have genus and species names and cultivar names and everything, but it's usually much easier just to use the common name. Thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, and you can even leave a comment saying what kinds of videos you want to see, or ask any questions you want, and I'll talk to you later on.